Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Happy Trajectory Tuesday, and it is Be Kind to a Lawyer Day, by the way. Everything good is happening. I know.
Awesome.
Does that mean we've got to be nice to Sean?
Yeah, I think Bella,
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. Our choice of identity is our own right. Yes, I have a law license. Yes, I have 125 people that work for me in a law firm and own 5 offices, but I'm not a lawyer. So let's go in, Gina. Who we got?
All right. First, we have Lily Vasilev, like wealth protection management, founder of Divorce Financial Planning Industry with nearly 30 years experience, author of 4 books on divorce. She is joining us today. Welcome, Lily.
She's waving.
Hello, Lily.
She's here with us today.
Hi,
Sean. Lily.
How you doing, Lily?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. And so what is a fun fact about you, Lily, besides the fact that you help people in divorce and their finances? What's fun about you?
What's fun about me? Well, little do people know that I actually used to be a professional ballet dancer in New York City.
Wow. That's extraordinary. We love that idea. So wonderful. And when's the last time you've danced ballet?
Thousands of years ago.
That's a long time ago, Lily. But we're so proud that it's thousands of years old that you're with us on Trajectory Tuesday. You understand the power of compounding, obviously, since you're thousands of years old, and you're a master in the space of finance. So, Lily, welcome.
Thank you.
Gina, who we got to roll with Lily?
Next up, Shannon Robnut, founder of SRI, involved in over 200 million real estate development, and like he was trying to get on with us yesterday and was having issues, but he's here today.
Oh, Shannon's back from the multiverse.
Yes.
From the regular verse into the multiverse. Shannon, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for dealing with the technical challenges. And what is your fun fact for today, Shannon?
Well, I'm a pilot, so I don't jump out of airplanes, I fly them.
Oh,
nice. Sure, can we jump out of your airplane?
If you'd like, I'll probably push you.
We would love that. And Gina and Belle would love to do that too, Shannon. So thank you very much for that offer to help them out.
I am down, Shannon. As long as the parachute is strapped on, I'm in. Okay.
Nice. And Gina, we got some judges. Who we got?
an immigration law firm, like founder, New York Metro Rising Stars, is looking to grow. Miriam LaCroix, an attorney and founder of LaCroix Law PC. Welcome, welcome, Miriam.
Miriam, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am in shock. I have a friend that is an immigration attorney in New York City named Miriam, and you're a different Miriam, and you're an immigration attorney. That's amazing. So what's your fun fact, Miriam?
My fun fact is that I actually probably, if lawyering didn't work out, I'd definitely be pursuing singing. And among all of my friends and family, I'm the only one that enjoys karaoke, so I end up having to go by myself.
What is your favorite karaoke song, Miriam?
Oh my gosh, probably like anything Beyonce or like a Shaka Khan, old school, you know,
Can you hit us
R&B.
with some? Yeah. Can you
Oh
hit
my
us with some
gosh.
old school Shaka Khan. We're
Old
going,
school
guys.
Shaka Khan.
Vince,
I was my
we're going out.
for
We're going out.
Beyonce.
Yeah, we're going. No, we're going out
I am
today.
also-
We can sing Beyonce, but we're going out to Shaka Khan today, Vincent. So Shaka Khan taking us out. So yes, but whichever way you want to take it,
I love it.
in this extreme moment, Miriam. Which way you want to go? Like, would you sing a
Oh
few
my
bars
gosh.
for us?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I remember the words now. So,
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
oh
You know,
my gosh,
You're-
do I have to?
Gina, you are not Miriam. See, Gina's
I
such
know.
a pleaser that she's such a pleaser that whenever anybody gets even in the remotest bit, she's got to like help it out and like do something. She's like, I gotta help. I gotta help.
Okay.
I
Gina,
appreciate the help.
I'm muting.
thank you, Gina. Love you. All right, Miriam, outstanding job.
Oh my
Bella, are you present? Are you present to Gina's codependent tendencies?
I am now. I am now.
That is amazing. Okay, so Miriam, outstanding job. We have fun, guys, all day, every day. Gina's not codependent, though. Gina, so back to you. Who's the other judge?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you, Sean. This man, long-term generational assets, like educating the Chinese community about succession planning, legal aid of Northwest, Mr. Jack Phan is here with us today. Welcome, Jack, to the multiverse.
Hi. Which multiverse are we in?
We're in the Unblinded multiverse. We're in the Unblinded multiverse on the Real Raw. You have stepped into another dimension, one of 3,000 plus people that have entered this dimension. And Jack, for your edification, nobody has ever returned to the world the same. So that's what's happening today. Welcome.
Quite exciting.
Yes. And what is your fun fact, Jack?
I think it's a relatively dull fact, but it's something I always like to tell people when I typically start some of my presentations. If you're not currently using Zoom 5.6 version, then your software is already out of date. And so the newest versions of Zoom have a lot of really cool features, as well as security features that everyone should make sure that you're currently updated on.
Jack, we love you. We love you. But Bella, does that qualify as a fun fact for Jack?
No, sir. That I don't know what's fun about that. Like, there's gotta be a like.
That's a warning label.
Yeah.
Okay, not fun enough. Okay, with regards to the multiverse then, the typical Rick and Morty that you typically see is actually from universe C-137.
I love that. Now that's getting warmer. But how about like perhaps, Jack, like maybe one of the most embarrassing things that you've never told anybody, would want nobody in the world to know. What if you revealed it today publicly in the multiverse? Nobody would know. P.S. I'm just kidding. So like a fun fact, Bella Rita, the sales sources will come back. Bella, what's a fun fact about you? Let's help Jack out a little bit.
Well, I think before you got on, we were talking about like jumping out of airplanes, because Jack likes to say yes to things. And so I said, would you go swimming with sharks at midnight, jump out of airplanes, and go surfing in hurricane conditions? And he said if he was asked, yes. So there's got to be something that somebody asked him that was crazy that he said yes to.
Yes, like Jack, I got like a fun fact is I got bumped by a shark in the ocean 3 months ago. A fun fact is perhaps that somebody snuck into my parents' room during a party we were having and perhaps didn't make it to the restroom, and I had to like do something. I didn't know how to do laundry and wash a comforter, so I threw it in the deep end of the pool. I hung it over a line for 2 days, and my parents came home and thought the house looked wonderful, Jack. Like, that's a fun fact. Make sense?
Like maybe did you sell drugs in high school? Like,
any crazy fact, Jack?
Absolutely incriminating. I totally understand. Yes. I'm always glad to share a particular fear that's really unusual. How is that sufficient
we love
to
that.
qualify?
Yes. Yes.
I have the hardest times going through subways because I'm always afraid that when you go through the turnstile that it will get stuck on me. So I always have to pause, time everything, and then rush ahead. And that is still something I do. Granted, Dallas doesn't have a lot of subways, but again, when I lived in the East Coast, that was a constant fear of mine.
All right, Jack, here we go. Bella, Gina, everybody. Jack, and with love and respect, as well as lean into truth, I think you went from having 3,000 people have been here. You went from like number 3,000 on fun facts, like bottom of the list. To I think that is a top 1% cool fun fact that Jack is afraid of turnstiles in the subway. That's awesome. So Jack, that is an amazing example of mastery rising in a quick micro distinction to go from like 3,000 to top 30. Congratulations. That was an extraordinary example of what the whole show is about. Bella, Gina, we can go home. Jack's got this. Awesome job, Jack.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That was great.
All right, Gina, please.
She is an attorney out of Houston, CEO of Got Spot. Sean, welcome Rita Hicks.
Nice. Rita, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Are you having fun so far, Rita?
I am, yes.
Outstanding. And do you have a fun fact that you wouldn't mind sharing with Gina and Bella and myself and the rest of this wonderful group?
Fun fact about me. I met my husband of 12 years in a bar in Manila. He, like Shannon, is a pilot who loves to tell people that if he had figured out I was an attorney sooner, things might have turned out differently.
All right, that's extraordinary. Congratulations on that dynamic. And I can certainly understand where your husband is coming from. Can I share where my grandmother Nani, who, God rest her soul, we lost 3 years ago, was an amazing influence in my life. But a Naniism that I think you, in this extraordinary moment, are about to debunk and disrupt. Does that sound fun, Rita?
I'm ready.
Okay. So now my mom met my stepfather in a bar, and it didn't end up working out. He's a wonderful man, didn't work out. But what Nani used to say is, and she's referred to as bars, if you go to sleep in the gutter, you wake up with the rats. And that was like her thing about going to bars for her daughters, my mom and her 3 sisters. So Rita, what would you say to Nani that is your conclusion about meeting your amazing man and husband in a bar in Manila? Can you debunk the Nani myth?
That's tough because I think there's some truth to the Naniism. But I also, one thing, because it was just like transient city out with friends, it's also good to give people a chance.
Ooh, look at this. Rita's dropping wisdom. She's sitting in a space of mastery, of balance, of perspective. Rita is like on it. So Rita, awesome job. And let's hit the sales sourcers. Bella Rita, 8 years old, a tot on her front lawn. Kind, gentle, happy and smiling, selling crafts and learning the art of money making and acceleration in business while she kept her heart. That progressed to being $1 million earner in the space of network marketing. And eventually, Bella Rita was on to become the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. And today, president and founder of Align Sales, on its way to becoming Align Talent. And Bella is supporting companies in heart-centered warriors, unicorns, if you will, that are creating business and acceleration for you. Bella Rita, welcome to the party.
Why, thank you, Sean Callaghan. I appreciate it. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, thank you very much. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Yeah. And what is your fun fact for today?
My fun fact today is, I don't even know if I've ever told you this fun fact, but I get ideas when people come on the show. I started taking pilot license classes when flight school when I was in high school, and I was going to become a private airline pilot until I hurt my knee, broke my kneecap, and ended up on crutches for a good 10 months. And then got into other things that seemed more exciting.
How the heck did you? Oh my God! How the heck did you break your kneecap, Bella?
It is not a very fun story. I was walking down my driveway. So in Austin, there's lots of hills, and my driveway was, very hilly, and I was just like turning around to walk around the car, and I twisted my leg. My kneecap popped to the side of my knee, and then broke in half.
Oh my goodness!
Very
That is horrific.
Yeah, it was
It's
very,
horrific, but had you, God works in mysterious ways, had you not broken your kneecap, you'd be flying around in private jets, and we wouldn't be hanging out, co-hosting The Real Raw, and impacting the world. So Bella,
that is true.
It's horrible, it's terrible, but in the same way that my blindness cost me my professional baseball career, we were meant to be here doing this. Can you buy into that, Bella?
Yep, I am present to that. God is always working for us.
Yeah, amazing. Gina,
and Sean,
extraordinary job.
Real quick, I would be remiss if I didn't share that Rita loves serving her local community and military affiliated communities. And I just want to say, I have a feeling maybe you were in the military, Rita. And I feel like
but I married a soldier. So
okay.
Years in the Army.
All right.
So I spent about 9 years as a military spouse.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Sean.
Well, thank you for his service, and thank him for his service. And Gina, thank you for being here, and we'll see you soon. Love you, and be well.
Thank you. I'm going to go home and work on my codependence. I love you guys. Have fun in the Unblinded multiverse.
Yes.
Ciao for now.
Don't go, Gina. Don't go.
Bye for now.
Bye.
And Bella, now we're down to 7. So Bella, who's going first?
Ooh. I think Shannon is bold enough and ready to show us what he's got. I think he's a gentleman, and we'll go first.
Why don't we give Shannon the fun option of buses and not? What do you think?
Buses and not. Okay. Well, this is the thing, Sean, is you always say there is no spot. And then we got Rita here with God spots. So I think she's pretty sure there are spots. So I don't know if we want to put Shannon on the spot, because I don't know who's going to win the debate of if there's spots or not, but we can go for it. So,
all right, spots or not, let's just roll it. Let's let Shannon go first. Shannon, that will be anybody you want her to be. She is simply there as this amazing, extraordinary role player, heart-centered, brilliant communication warrior that she is, changing the world in many different ways. Bella will be any person, perhaps an ideal client. She might be somebody you want to create a strategic partnership with. She could be some thought leader, anybody that you're looking to have a yes from about anything that matters to and for you. Sound fair, Shannon?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So who would you like Bella to be?
So I think I want Bella to be an investor that's interested in investments, and see what I can do to sell her, or not sell her, but show her what we do for multifamily investments. And why
Multifamily investments on the table. Awesome job, Shannon. P.S. Guys, you don't have to get the ultimate yes. This is not rush. It could be just for a longer meeting. The key we're assessing here is the depth of connection, the openness of listening, the congruence of your identity presented. And it could be the ultimate yes, for sure. It could be just for a longer meeting. So there's not a rush pressure. It's depth of connection, the opening and listening. Sound fair, Shannon?
Okay.
All right. So you have any questions, Shannon?
Not really, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, Shannon, so in the business that you're in, the outcome that you seek from people is yes, right? You get
That's
a yes
right.
to have a meeting, you get a yes to have a sale. What we're doing here, and I know we started with a lot of energy and a lot of fun, we happen to fancy ourselves as the most optimal people in the world with integrity and heart-centeredness of supporting people and seeing what they don't see about how to exponentially grow their business through their money, their time, their magic. And all of that begins after, yes, integrity, integrity meaning we're adding more value than we're extracting. So all we're doing here is demonstrating that dynamic, and we'll have a fun story in a little bit. My fun fact is this past weekend, I was asked to support raising money at an event I was speaking at, and there was about 70 people there on the final day, and nobody knew me. And they said, "Hey, we heard that you raise a lot of money in rooms for charities and things." I said, "Sure. I don't do it professionally, but I certainly cause impact." And they said, "Well, would you do this fundraise?" I said, "Sure." So my job is to cause the room to say yes. And so we'll go with a quick little poll. So Shannon, if there's 65 people in the room and they don't know you and they weren't coming to a fundraiser, they were coming, in fact, to a real estate investment seminar. What would you think would be about the number on average that you think would be raised from 65 people for a cause they know nothing about, for a cause they were hearing about that they didn't come to hear about, and were never in a fundraiser to begin with? What would you say would be about an average amount of money that those nice people would donate to a charity?
I believe the number we were told earlier was just over 700,000.
Yes. So thank you for that, guys, for revealing the whole thing. But okay, what would you have normally thought though?
I made a point at that moment.
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you, Bella. But what would you have thought, Shannon, would have been the number that you would have said in a room of 65 people we raised?
You know, maybe 50 grand.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing here. How do we, when we all are smart, heart-centered, good people, trying to do good things in the world, the rate of people saying yes is incredibly different. And it's not linearly different, it's exponentially different. Because obviously 700,000 is, I think, 14 times 50. So Oprah Winfrey doesn't get paid twice as much. She gets paid like 10,000 times as much as many people, might even be much higher than 10,000 times as much. So what causes that? How does that all work? And this is the fun introduction of all these concepts, but it's a real science at immense depth. And that's the space we play in. And so we just have fun unpacking it. And so Bella will be anybody you want her to be to get these investments going, but a conversation with somebody that you would meet in an environment, maybe you met at a seminar, and you'd like to have a longer conversation with her about your investment possibilities. Sound good?
Okay.
Yeah. You're okay is telling me it doesn't sound good. So
no,
how could I support
it sounds great. The other setup that I would say is that Bella and I had already had a brief exchange, and we had set up this appointment so that she understands what we're talking about, correct? I mean, I'm not trying to explain to somebody on the subway, right?
Perfect. So yeah, no, Jack, Shannon, it's your scenario. So yeah, so perfect. So you're having your meeting with Bella, and again, to take less, if you want to have less stress in it, that she had a 6-minute pre-meeting. Say, yeah, I'm happy to talk to you. I understand some of it. And this could either be she's fully prepped and this is the last 6 minutes, no problem. And she's going to make a decision, or it could be for a longer meeting. You could take it either way you want to. So would you like her to be fully prepped in the conversation and now you're in the final stage of it, perhaps handling objections, or you want it to be seating for a longer meeting?
Yeah, well, let's just take it as for a longer meeting.
Cool. All right. Please, Shannon, take us in. And Bella.
Well, Bella, I want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you wanting to know more about what we do. To kind of give you a glimpse of what we do, we really work in the communities that were affected the most by where we live. And we take the people around us and we involve them in developing their communities. In that, we're able to put substantial returns together in the impact of their own community. So the reality is, everybody knows right now there's a housing shortage that's out there, and everybody knows that during that shortage, people are being adversely impacted. I mean, rents are going up, people can't find houses, realtors, it sounds like it's a great time to be a realtor. It's not, because there's not a lot of product for sale. And so what we do is we build new communities. We build new apartment complexes. We build industrial buildings. And what we're looking for is people that want to be a part of building their community by investing with our projects. And what we do is, instead of rehabilitating old product, we go in and we find out where cities want to grow, where towns want to grow, and we impact those areas the most. I'm sure you've heard of opportunity zones.
I've heard of them, yes.
Okay, opportunity zones are a tax credit that we use a lot because they are done in census tract areas that are lower income in a certain community. And we're able to bring jobs and we're able to bring quality homes to those areas. And by doing that, we're able to improve communities so that people of a working class don't have to travel just to get to their job. We're bringing those jobs to them. And in doing that, we're allowing our investors to make a phenomenal return by being a part of revitalizing communities, not gentrifying, but revitalizing, bringing the jobs to the community. And so in that, we've put together the structure that allows people to be involved and allows them to really make a change in their community. And as an investor, it allows you to be kind of a conscious investor. So with that being said, how does that fit with your investment strategy?
I mean, that definitely, sounds like something that we would be interested in for sure. We are definitely impact driven, community driven, and I love what you're standing for. And I would just like to. I've got another call here in a minute that I need to take. But when I get back, I'd just love to find out a little bit more about you. How long that you have been doing this, kind of some rate of returns, just some important information like that to see if it's actually something that we want to move on.
Hey, Bella, your cousin Vinny is on the phone. You got to grab it. He's screaming about Bitcoin and forget about real estate. And he's got some like swamp land in East Africa. So he's got a whole bunch of great investment opportunities he said he wants to talk to you about.
I just talked with Vinny.
Talk to cousin Vinny.
Yeah, I just talked with Vinny. He already sold the swampland. Bitcoin just tanked. So just stay on the line with me, Bella. We can handle this.
All right, amazing. All right, Bella, which way are we going from here?
Well, we're going over to Lily.
Yes, of course. I want to see if you're paying attention. Lily, how are you?
All right, I got to get ready for this. All right.
Yes. So who would you like Bella to be, Lily?
That's a good question. Well, I could go the easy route. You could be a client, or I could go the more aspirational route, and that you could be maybe a producer.
We love that, producer.
All right, there you go.
Bella, you are a producer. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's go.
Hello, Lily.
Well, hi, Bella. So I'm really delighted to have the meeting today. I have some exceptional content to discuss with you. I have been for over 30 years an expert in divorce financial issues. And I was one of the very first founders of the divorce financial planning industry. And really at that point in time was a zealot about finding justice in a system that really didn't provide it to families who were going through a divorce. And in my 30 years of experience, I've had so many stories of the good, the bad, the ugly, that it is interesting to me that people don't let go of those stories and they continue to sort of fester in future relationships. So if you know that the divorce rate is around probably 45 to 48% of the population of all marriages in the US, do you know what the rate is for second and third remarriages? It escalates to 63 and then 74%. So why is that? Lots of answers. One, the most common regret I hear from clients going through divorce is that they felt they were rushed into making a decision before they felt fully informed. Two, they never really addressed the issues that lingered from that divorce and the aftermath of how to clean it up. They were on their own. And three, financial literacy in this country is so poor that people really don't take accountability for their own well-being and responsibility. And this goes way back to like grade school. So my vision is to create a program, a toolkit for families that go through divorce so that they can heal and have safer remarriages, to have a better future, to have more confidence and security. And how do we do it? We tell the stories. We give them the roadmap to finding a path that resonates with a new partner and a new way to blend a family. So what do you say?
being a producer. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. If you want me to produce because typically we produce shows. I don't know if it's you want us to produce your program. So I'm not quite sure. But I've got a quick call right now, and then I can.
You can bounce right back. Your fourth husband is pissed because he says your fifth and current husband is using his car. So could you please talk to him, and you can bounce back to Lily in a little bit?
There you go. You need a facilitator who communicates in pure English. I need a producer to help me share the stories, whether it's speaking, whether it's through videos, whether it's through a TV show where you have participants in a reality show that understands the pros and cons of options. That's what I'm looking for.
I gotta take this quick call, and then I will be right back, and then I'll have a few more minutes to discuss it.
Sounds perfect to me.
Alrighty.
Outstanding. Bella, how was round one for you?
Round one was extraordinary and fun in so many ways.
Outstanding. So let's drop in the judges. 30 seconds of feedback, please. 15 seconds of what could be optimized. Went well. 15 seconds of what could be optimized. Bella, who is the princess, queen, goddess of time integrity, will ask you for the score at 30 seconds. And let's begin this with Rita. Rita, what 30 seconds do you have for Shannon and a score on a scale of 1 to 10, please?
Shannon, I thought your presentation was great in the sense that I could feel your passion about the spaces you're building and how they fit into people's lives and how you want to make navigating a community easier for the people who live there with avoiding displacement. I think I would have liked a little bit of a cleaner understanding up front of exactly, what you were looking for in an investment partner. Because I think what the right money for you is. And I would have liked to hear a little bit more about that. I would rate a 7.
Outstanding. And Rita, what did you have for Lily?
Lily, similar in the sense that it's very clear you're passionate about your work, and it's very clear you have a direction for how you want to help people. You see the vision. I'm sure it's data-driven and anecdotal both. You think this will really help people. I was looking for you to get to your ask sooner so that you could say, here's what I need and here's how you can give it to me. And I think that would, once you crisp that up, that's a really good pitch. So I would give it an 8.
Nice. Well, thank you for that, Rita. Jack, what did you have for Shannon, please?
Unfortunately, I have the attention span of a gnat. And so it's really hard for me to stay focused a lot of times. And I think Shannon, great information and great delivery in a sense of kind of conveying exactly what Reed had already said as well. But I think the problem was simply just captivating my attention and really being enthusiastic about the idea of developing or working with you as a developer or as an investor. And so I probably, like Rita said, probably 6 or 7.
Nice. And how about Jack? What'd you have for Lily?
Well, here, then I've kind of had a turn where, again, what I love about Lily is her delivery and just the enthusiasm. And I really stress the word enthusiasm because that's what captivates my attention. I have to say, I put things down a little bit more. I was paying more attention. And so the delivery, the cadence, and you really push things forward overall. And so I would go with an 8 as well in my first round of voting.
Thank you, Jack. And Miriam, what'd you have for Shannon, please?
Yes, so I thought I really enjoyed how Shannon broke what he does down. And I think that I liked how he connected investing to giving back to the community. It was a great explanation about what he does and what's important to him. And he also gave her the opportunity to speak and him the opportunity to listen. I would say I gave him a score of 9, and I would say I definitely wanted to see more energy in terms of what it was that he was looking for.
Nice. And how about, what did you have for Lily?
So I also thought Lily explained what she did really well, what she does, why it's important, and why people need to hear it and see it, especially in the world we live in today. I definitely wanted to see more on what she was looking for from the producer, but I also gave her a 9.
Nice. Excellent job. So thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Jack. And thank you, Rita. And we're ready for round 2. Lily, Bella is back. She's sorted out issues between husbands 4 and 5, but she might be on the way to husband number 6. So, Bella, are you ready?
I am ready.
Take us in.
I'm just following in my family's footsteps. My mom was married 5 times. My grandmother was married 8 times. So I'm going for like 9 or 10.
Let's go.
So hi, Bella. It's great to meet you again. So listen, we need a platform for storytelling. And the storytelling has to be powerful and it has to grab people so that they're involved in making the outcome. What could be more exciting than that? Understanding the nuances that go on through all of this decision-making in divorce. And better yet, having the neutral perspective of carrying that forward with lessons learned. That's the key part. Because when you rebuild family and when you remarry and when you repartner with other individuals, leave the baggage behind, but the stories have to produce the fruitful lessons to let go. So I need you and your family to be part of the platform, to storytell the lessons learned so other people can really understand. And not only that, have fun in helping these couples who go through divorce make the decisions. And so if they participate in this and we take a vote of who gets what and whatever, and why did you do it that way? Imagine how many people will have the light bulb go off and go, so I don't only listen 100% to what I'm being told, I can think for myself and take responsibility. That's what the motto is. That's our game plan. So what do you think?
I love your energy around it and how much fun, like when you are sharing this, like you light up. And so I am definitely looking forward to having more conversation about this for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah. Bella, your mom is super psyched about, she's on the phone, super psyched about a reality show and like all this being, so she's ready to go, Bella.
She's going to bring all of her husbands and I'll bring all my husbands. It's going to be fantastic.
Come on down.
Yes, it'll be absolutely outstanding. So Bella, excellent work. Lily, thank you very much. Great job. Shannon, Bella is back. Cousin Vinny heard you. He was super upset. He's like, East African swampland is ready to go. Don't tell me anything about this real estate stuff. And Bella's like very confused. She needs your help. Are you ready?
I'll give it a shot. I don't know that I can match Lily's energy. That was pretty fantastic.
All right. Well, you got this. Go ahead, brother.
So Bella, I'm glad we were able to meet again. You know, I think sometimes I get carried away with what I think about the community, and I forget to tell people of all of the things that they can do with the ability to be a passive investor in our investments and not really have to worry about the tenants, toilets, and trash that you normally have to do when you get involved in real estate. So the reality is, when you get involved in a project with us, not only are we improving the community, but we're putting serious cash flow back into your pocket. We're doing it in a tax-advantaged way so that you don't have to worry about what you're going to have to cut off and give to Uncle Sam. We're doing things that affect the community, and we're making it so that it's in a passive way that you and your family are able to take those vacations that you wanted and enjoy that while you're getting phenomenal returns with what you're doing. So really all we're trying to do is expand our network of investors and allow people to participate in their own communities in a way that financially impacts them as well as financially impacts their communities. So the reality is, at the end of the day, the numbers matter, but it's more about the community and making a lifestyle that creates both a win-win for you and your neighbors. So when we really want to sit down and talk about numbers, that can be based on an individual project basis. And when we get to that point, we can definitely do that. But right now, I'm just wanting to know if this is something that you want to talk more about, or if you know somebody that wants to do something like this.
Well, I love that you asked if me or somebody else, yes, and it's definitely something that I would be interested in. Because you asked, maybe I could bring a couple people with me as well.
Just not Vinny.
No, I won't bring cousin Vinny. I'll leave cousin Vinny, and you know what? I'll even leave the 5 husbands at home too.
Well, I mean, I'd love to see the taping of the Jerry Springer show that you guys are going to do, because that would be phenomenal.
Excellent job, Shannon. Bella, how was all that for you?
It was amazing. It definitely, the second round, I could feel the energy and the enthusiasm from both of them today. It was amazing.
Yeah, so awesome.
Do you have something coming up? Like, I feel like you might have something coming up.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Yes. So here's how we do it. So Lily, beautiful job in round one. So you, if you would like to, have the option of putting me through a scenario. Some people call it on the spot. I don't think there's a spot in life, but on the spot or the hot seat. I don't think there's a hot seat either. My seat isn't hot. However, you could put me having to go from hello to yes about anything. You get to set the scenario. So whatever it would be in the world, or you could pass it on to Shannon for that call, but it would be I'm the person having to seek the yes. You can make up any scenario in the world. I could be a professional. I could be an entertainer. I could have to like get a yes from a producer, whatever you'd want in the world. I will have to go from hello to yes. You set the scenario. So would you like to set the scenario or pass that scenario setting off to Shannon? Shannon.
Okay, so it's a fundraiser. So I'm looking, being fundraising.
Yes. Okay. And what am I raising funds for?
John, is that what you do? Do you feel comfortable role playing something for a fundraising? I'm not sure about this.
Yes, I think I would feel quite uncomfortable. I am quite uncertain and quite nervous, but I will do
Okay, I just want 700K, that's all.
Okay, and for what charity am I doing that for?
Allie's Dream.
Allie's Dream. And what's Allie's Dream?
So Allie's Dream is a nonprofit which is for young adults with disabilities and developmental challenges that brings the arts to them because they don't have a chance to go to artists. So it's music, art, sculpture, theater, dance, etc. And these are individuals that are not really that mobile in the community and have very rare opportunity to seek these kinds of experiences. So the professional artists are brought to them.
Okay, and it's
Allie's Dream.
Allie's Dream. Okay, and who am I presenting this to? Is it to an audience? Is it to an individual to give
So
money?
it's going to be to the government to fund and for grants and writing. Such.
Outstanding. Okay, and who? And I'm trying to get like the real context. State government, federal government. Who am I meeting with?
I think you're probably looking at state governments, and I'm on the state government board, and I want to know why I should be allocating funds toward this within our budget for the arts.
Awesome. Final question. What state?
Connecticut.
Awesome. Okay. So, hi, Lily. Thank you so much. I know you only have like 3 minutes and there's so much stuff that goes on. Thank you for meeting with me.
You're welcome.
Hey, I know things have been crazy in all different states. How is Connecticut faring through this COVID scenario?
Well, as you know, what most of our state budget is dedicated to the COVID-19 vaccine, and most of our social service programs have been dramatically cut, mostly because individuals aren't really leaving their homes anyway.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing from you is you know what I'm here for, and you're setting my expectations. And I'm not going to put you on the spot and put any pressure, but it would be okay if something resonates for you in this first 3 minutes. All I ask is that you consider a longer meeting. If there's no alignment, we go no further. I know we're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but does that sound like a fair proposal to you, Lily?
Well, I just want you to know that you're in line with about 300 other people that are trying to pick my pocket for social services.
Yeah.
So if you can get to your point, that would be really terrific.
Yes. So here's my question. Are any of those other people that are trying to pick your pocket, are they trying to actually raise revenues in the state of Connecticut and support your programs and social services overall?
Raise revenues, no.
Yeah. So what I would propose, and it's going to take a little bit longer than 2 minutes, that's what I do. Because everything in fundraising is broken, destroyed, and suboptimal. Because people, you'd be expecting me to come in today and talk to you about Allie's Dream and disabled children and all of these things. Except I know one thing. That's what you hear every day. So I'm not going to tell you anything about the charity. I'm here to talk. Now, do I have your attention at least a little bit?
You got my attention.
Yep. So what I'm here to tell you is that Connecticut, the state, has problems. You have underfunding. And it would be helpful if we can cause additional funding from the state and donations into the social services program of the state of Connecticut while creating some initial access to funds for a charity like Allie's Dream, which is a wonderful cause for developmentally disabled children, for experiences. but would that be an interesting conversation for you, Lily?
Yes.
Let me explain more. Right. Let me explain more. So I got a minute to go. So
Okay.
my name is Sean Callaghy, and I'm the founder of a company named Unblinded. And what I am absolutely certain of is the world works in routine patterns that don't shift. And when people who disrupt patterns come along, like Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, and with humility, what we're doing at Unblinded at this stage, and I could tell you all sorts of crazy things, what we do is we create disruption in opening listening. So I've opened your listening different. Have I opened your listening at a level that's different than anybody who has spoken to you about a cause in the last month? Yes or no?
I would say yes, because no one talks to me about adding to our
Of course.
coffers.
So, and here's how we would do it. We would have fundraising efforts that I would cause by going out to corporations and announcing our partnership with the state. In light of COVID and the challenges that exist, we will give opportunities for private businesses to come together in fundraising opportunity to get special recognition from the state. I do not have time to explain all this to you now. All I am saying is that I'm not asking you for a penny unless I could prove to you that the state will make more money than it gives to Ali Stream. And if that's interesting to you, I simply request a 30-minute meeting to prove the reality of what I'm sharing. How does that sound to you, Lily?
It sounds very interesting, and I want to know if you need more information from us in terms of what the money targets are and or where our deficits are.
Yeah.
Are you unilaterally providing the revenue target for us?
That expectation, right? Because I don't know that we're in a position to cause you to meet all your budgetary needs, but we are in a position to make sure that we return more money to the state program than we'd be seeking from the beginning. Does that sound fair?
It sounds fair.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Lily. Out of roll. Lily, how'd I do?
I thought you were great.
Oh, thank you. It's what we do here, Lily. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a show. Bella, if I suck, we'd have 3,000 people coming on. So, Bella, how'd I do? Bella?
Yeah, I was on mute. Sorry. It was absolutely beautiful and extraordinary. And I'm sitting here thinking about how the tool that you talk about speaking into the listening of others, and that is definitely somewhere I have room to grow in, because you're masterful at that, speaking into her listening and what was important to her, and even in the like what can you do, and like the questions that you asked of like, well, do you have anyone that helps you actually like make money? That was it was masterful and beautiful end of service.
Yeah, because first of all, that's legitimately integriously possible, because we just raised $700,000 in a room that nobody thought they were going to be donating anything, and not one person there got taken advantage of or manipulated. In fact, enormous value was provided to people, including a person who gave over $100,000 that said they weren't a giver before that day, and now they are. Other people got things they wanted in a variety of different ways, including videos and pictures and things that gave everybody value for what they were investing in that moment. So that's a concept for rewriting all of charity. That's why I'm on the board of the American Foundation for the Blind. In addition to Unblinded is not a blind program. This is figurative for the concept that we don't see about exponentially growing our money, time, and magic. I own a 125-person law firm. I've broken all the sales records on Tony Robbins stage, and have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, etc. Because integrous influence is in fact a superpower that's acquirable and transferable. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I did not win my presidential election in 7th grade. In fact, I think I got 2 votes total and maybe 1. And that's what we're talking about. So thank you for that. Awesome job. Great scenario, Lily. Let's go to the judges for what feedback you have for
just for optics. Lily had a hard stop at 4.
Oh yeah, I do. I apologize.
You as well.
Do you want to say like 1 minute and get your feedback?
Yeah. Absolutely. I just have a board meeting at 4, so I'm sorry.
So let's get it going. So everybody, Lily, thank you for being here. How was your day today on the Real Raw?
It was great. Absolutely great. I really appreciated the opportunity. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you all, everybody else here.
Awesome. Who else had a hard stop?
I did.
Who's that?
Yeah, sorry.
Is that Shannon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shannon, how was your day here in the Real Raw today? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it was definitely eye-opening.
All right. Appreciate that. Great job and all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
So
so,
both of our participants have a hard stop at 4.
oh my goodness. Okay. So everybody real quick. So Rita, how was your day on the railroad today?
It was great. I loved getting a chance to listen to everybody think on their feet.
All right. Outstanding. And Miriam, thank you so much for being here. How was it for you?
I thought it was excellent. Definitely a different type of experience. And I think I've learned a few things about connecting with people I speak with.
Cool. And Jack, how about yourself?
Sean, I really appreciate having a chance to kind of participate in this and learning from you. In particular, one thing I really want to say, which is drawing people in by asking more questions.
Well, thank you. And thank you all for being here. I know you have hard stops. I know we got started late today. Thank you for your patience.
Can I have an idea, Sean? Since it's both the participants have to go, can we still have the judges maybe give their feedback and they can watch the recording, the last few minutes of the recording?
I think they had hard stops, some of these folks, right? The judges?
Not the judges, just the 2 participants.
Oh, okay.
All the judges have time. So
How about this in service of, I think we're good there. How about this? Because I want to keep everybody tight on time. Bella, what final do you have for these fine folks? Because we've already started to parts. So what's your final for today?
My final for today is, Lily spoke into it at the beginning. There are opportunities to continue with Unblinded on, how to unpack the formula, how you can do fundraising, how the formula not only applies to fundraising, but also to building your business with more time, money, and magic. And so every Monday night at 7 p.m., we do what is Unblinded, how to unpack the formula for your business. So we invite you back for that. And then every morning at 9 a.m. on Clubhouse, how to ecosystem merge so you can build your business with more time, money, and magic. And you'll also get a call from one of our strategists. And I definitely recommend taking that call. And, if this is where everything ends and you're like, Sean's crazy, I don't really want to raise $700,000 for anything, I don't really like charities, this is where it's all ending for me, then we definitely wish you the best of luck and we will send cookies and flowers and all the fun things. So thank you all for being here.
And Belle, outstanding job. And I will give both Lily and Shannon some feedback. I'm going to leave them a voice memo. Thank you guys. Truly outstanding job. Miriam, Jack, Rita, just really appreciate it. And if this is the end, thank you. Hopefully it's just the beginning. And because we don't see what we don't see about exponentially growing our money, our time, and our magic, because Bella, we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
All right. Have a great day, guys.